Salmon are caught in a variety of ways, depending on their habitat and the scale of exploitation. In industrial fishing, fishermen often use purse seines or gill nets to encircle and collect salmon from open waters. Some fishing boats also use trawls to sweep salmon from the seabed. In rivers, where salmon migrate to spawn, people set traps or use special nets to harvest them. In addition, fishing with rods and artificial baits is also a popular method for artisanal and sport fishing. However, to protect salmon resources and avoid overexploitation, many areas have adopted control measures such as limiting the number of fish that can be caught, regulating minimum sizes, or releasing farmed salmon back into the wild. In addition to traditional fishing methods, salmon farming is also increasingly developing to meet market demand and reduce pressure on wild fish stocks. Salmon are raised in sea cages or in freshwater farms with strict temperature, water quality and feed control systems. This method not only provides a stable source of fish but also limits negative impacts on the ecosystem. However, salmon fishing still faces many challenges, including climate change, environmental pollution and overfishing. To protect wild salmon stocks, many countries have adopted strict management measures such as granting fishing quotas, protecting salmon migration routes, and encouraging sustainable fishing methods. Balancing exploitation and conservation will help maintain long-term salmon stocks, ensure the livelihoods of fishermen and meet consumer demand worldwide. In addition to management measures, modern technology also plays an important role in improving the efficiency and sustainability of the salmon fishing industry. GPS positioning systems, fish scanning sonar and underwater surveillance cameras help fishermen pinpoint the location of fish, reduce bycatch and limit environmental impact. Some fishing vessels also apply automation technology in netting and sorting fish, helping to increase productivity and reduce loss. In addition, many organizations and governments are also promoting the use of environmentally friendly fishing methods, such as nets with escape holes for juveniles or barbless hooks to reduce injury to released fish. At the same time, certification programs such as the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, help consumers identify and choose sustainably caught salmon. Overall, the combination of advanced technology, strict management policies and awareness of resource protection will help the salmon fishing industry develop sustainably. This not only ensures long-term supply but also contributes to protecting biodiversity and maintaining a balanced marine ecosystem in addition to sustainable fishing and farming. Public awareness also plays an important role in protecting salmon resources. Marine conservation organizations regularly conduct campaigns to raise awareness about the impacts of overfishing and the benefits of responsible consumption. Consumers are encouraged to choose certified sustainable salmon products and avoid salmon from areas showing signs of serious decline. In addition, some areas have implemented projects to restore wild salmon populations by improving habitats, building fish ladders to support salmon migrating upstream to spawn, or releasing juveniles into the wild to regenerate resources. These measures help balance the need for exploitation and ecological protection, ensuring that salmon can continue to thrive without being threatened with extinction. In short, the salmon fishing industry requires coordination between fishermen, scientists, governments and consumers to move towards a sustainable fishing model, combining modern fishing methods, Strict management and environmental awareness will help preserve this precious fish species for future generations. In addition to management and conservation measures, innovation trends in the aquaculture industry are also contributing to improving salmon fishing methods. One of the advanced solutions is the application of artificial intelligence, AI, and big data to monitor salmon populations, predict migration cycles, and optimize fishing strategies. These technologies help reduce overfishing and limit the impact on the marine environment. In addition, the model of recirculating salmon farming in a closed system, RAS, recirculating aquaculture system, is increasingly being developed. This is a sustainable alternative solution, helping to better control the farming environment. Limit disease and reduce water pollution. Several countries, such as Norway, Canada and Japan, have invested heavily in this technology to reduce their dependence on wild salmon. However, despite the application of many modern solutions, salmon protection still requires close cooperation between stakeholders. International policies on fisheries resource management, regulations on fishing grounds, and efforts to restore salmon habitats all play an important role in ensuring the sustainable development of this fish species. In general, the combination of science and technology, management policies and conservation awareness will help the salmon fishing industry develop stably, both meeting economic needs and protecting the marine ecosystem. If each individual and organization is responsible for exploiting and using it reasonably, salmon will continue to be a valuable food source for humans in the future, in addition to efforts in management and technological innovation. Building a model of cooperation between countries also plays an important role in protecting salmon resources, because salmon have a long-distance migration habit. They do not live in a fixed area but move through many seas and rivers of different countries. Therefore, coordination between countries in controlling catches, protecting habitats and combating illegal fishing is essential. Many international organizations, such as the North Atlantic Fisheries Commission, NASCO, or the Pacific Fisheries Commission, NPAFC, have been established to monitor salmon fishing activities and develop common management policies. Bilateral and multilateral agreements between coastal countries help maintain the stability of salmon populations and prevent illegal fishing. In addition, advances in the food industry are also contributing to reducing pressure on wild salmon resources. Alternative products such as biotechnologically farmed salmon or plant-based salmon are being researched and developed. This not only reduces dependence on wild-caught salmon but also opens up new opportunities for sustainable fisheries. In short, protecting and developing salmon resources requires comprehensive cooperation between governments, fishermen, businesses and consumers, if all parties work towards sustainable fishing. Salmon will continue to be an important resource, providing economic and nutritional value without degrading the natural ecosystem. In addition to management policies and international cooperation, public education also plays an important role in protecting salmon resources. Many environmental organizations and fisheries management agencies have implemented programs to raise awareness of the importance of salmon to local ecosystems and economies. These campaigns help people, especially fishermen and seafood businesses, better understand the impacts of unsustainable fishing and encourage them to comply with conservation regulations. One effective initiative is the Catch and Release program in sport fishing. Anglers are encouraged to release salmon after catching to ensure that the natural population continues to grow. In addition, schools in many countries have included salmon conservation content in their curriculum. helping the younger generation to be more aware of environmental protection. In addition, the development of the food processing industry also contributes to the more efficient use of salmon. Modern preservation technologies reduce food waste. Optimize processing, and make the most of parts of the salmon, such as bones and skin, for the production of fish oil or nutritional supplements. Overall, a combination of sustainable management, advanced technology, international cooperation, and public education will help the salmon fishing and aquaculture industry develop in a sustainable way. If all stakeholders work together to protect it, salmon will continue to be a valuable resource, meeting consumer demand without harming the natural ecosystem. Another important factor in protecting salmon stocks is maintaining and restoring their natural habitat. Salmon depend on clean rivers to spawn, but many rivers are polluted or blocked by hydroelectric dams, preventing salmon from migrating to freshwater sources to spawn. To address this problem, many countries have invested in river restoration projects, building fish ladders to help salmon pass dams, and minimizing the discharge of wastewater that pollutes water sources. In addition, protecting riverine forests also plays an important role in maintaining the quality of salmon habitat. Forests help regulate water temperatures, provide shade, and retain nutrients essential to river ecosystems. As a result, many conservation organizations have worked with local governments to promote riverside reforestation, limit indiscriminate logging, and control agricultural activities around the area. In the aquaculture sector, salmon farms are also being innovated to reduce their environmental impact. Some closed-loop farming models limit the discharge of pollutants into the sea, while farms using water recirculation technology help reduce water consumption and maintain better water quality. These innovations help balance the need for production and protection of natural resources. In short, protecting salmon stocks depends not only on fishing management measures but also on efforts to restore and maintain their natural habitats. When people are conscious of protecting the ecosystem, salmon will continue to grow strongly, ensuring food and livelihoods for future generations. In addition to protecting the habitat, scientific research also plays an important role in preserving and developing salmon resources. Scientists are studying the biological behavior, migration cycles and factors affecting the growth of salmon to come up with more effective protection solutions. Some studies focus on the effects of climate change on salmon. Rising sea temperatures can change their migration routes, affecting food sources and reproductive ability. Scientists are monitoring these changes to forecast future scenarios and propose adaptation measures, such as protecting colder waters or adjusting fishing seasons to suit ecological conditions. In addition, genetic technology is being applied to research salmon varieties that are better able to adapt to changing environments. Several selective breeding programs have been implemented to create salmon with high resistance to disease, helping to reduce the dependence on antibiotics in aquaculture. At the same time, research on wild salmon also helps to detect early signs of population decline, thereby providing timely intervention measures. In addition, the application of remote monitoring technology such as sensors attached to salmon, satellite tracking systems and AI data helps to collect information on migration behavior. population density and threats from nature as well as humans. This data not only helps to improve the management of salmon resources but also provides valuable information to adjust marine environmental protection policies. In short, science and technology play a key role in maintaining sustainable salmon resources. When people combine knowledge with strict management solutions, salmon will continue to thrive, ensuring long-term benefits for both the ecosystem and the aquaculture industry in addition to scientific advances. The role of local communities and non-governmental organizations, NGOs, is also important in protecting salmon resources. In many areas, especially those with traditional fisheries, people have actively participated in monitoring and conservation programs. Some communities have voluntarily established salmon reserves, where fishing is limited or completely banned during the spawning season. They also carry out habitat restoration projects, such as clearing riverbeds, removing migration barriers, or renovating fish spawning grounds. Thanks to these efforts, many wild salmon populations have shown signs of recovery. Helping to sustain long-term livelihoods for fishermen. NGOs also play an important role in policy advocacy and monitoring fishing activities. They often cooperate with authorities to promote regulations to protect aquatic resources, and provide scientific information to guide communities in adopting sustainable fishing methods. Some organizations also fund research on the impact of climate change on salmon, thereby proposing effective adaptation solutions. In addition, the participation of businesses also contributes significantly to the protection of salmon resources. Many seafood companies have committed to using salmon from sustainable sources, while supporting conservation initiatives. Some major brands have also invested in environmentally friendly salmon farming projects, helping to reduce pressure on wild populations. In general, salmon conservation is not only the responsibility of governments or scientists, but also requires the cooperation of communities, NGOs and businesses. When all parties work together, we can effectively protect salmon stocks. Ensuring long-term economic and ecological benefits. Another important factor in protecting salmon stocks is promoting and developing more sustainable fishing methods, such as net fishing that does not damage habitats or using line fishing instead of mass fishing. These methods not only help to minimize negative impacts on the environment, but also ensure that salmon are harvested responsibly, maintaining natural populations. In addition, the trend of smart consumption is also driving positive changes in the salmon industry. Consumers are increasingly interested in products that are clearly sourced and produced sustainably, which has created a large demand for environmentally certified salmon such as MSC, Marine Stewardship Council. These certifications not only help ensure that salmon is harvested from sustainable sources, but also encourage businesses in the industry to implement more stringent resource protection measures. In addition, countries are also actively promoting innovative initiatives in salmon farming, especially the application of farming models with low environmental impact such as raising salmon in closed systems. Raising salmon on land or in ponds with modern water filtration systems. These methods not only help reduce pollution but also limit the spread of diseases in the farming environment, improve productivity and product quality. Combining all measures from fishing management, sustainable farming, technology and community education will help protect salmon and other valuable aquatic species. Maintaining a sustainable seafood industry not only ensures food sources for the current generation but also protects natural resources for future generations in addition to maintaining sustainable practices in fishing and farming. Protecting salmon resources also requires active participation from other related industries, such as agriculture and the processing industry. Reducing pollution from agriculture, especially the use of fertilizers and pesticides, will help improve water quality and protect the natural habitat of salmon. Farming activities near rivers where salmon migrate should also be strictly managed to minimize pollution risks. Furthermore, the food processing industry also needs to increase the use of raw materials from sustainably caught and farmed salmon. And research processing methods that retain nutritional value without wasting. Many companies are now developing ready-to-eat salmon products, while also implementing strict quality control procedures and environmentally friendly packaging to minimize impacts on both resources and consumers. Climate change is also creating new challenges for the seafood industry, including salmon. Changes in ocean currents and sea temperatures can alter the habitat of salmon and affect their ability to migrate and spawn. Therefore, studying the impacts of climate change on salmon ecology, as well as applying preventive and adaptive measures, is extremely important. Studies of salmon migration in the context of climate change can help forecast trends and develop more effective conservation strategies. Finally, cooperation between international organizations, governments and seafood industry stakeholders is crucial to protecting salmon stocks in the long term. International agreements and multinational cooperation programs will help countries work together to manage exploitation, protect the environment and respond to global challenges. In general, the combination of scientific research, technology, management policies, public education and individual responsibility in using sustainable products will help maintain and protect salmon resources, thereby contributing to the sustainable development of the fisheries industry and protecting marine ecosystems. Another important factor in protecting salmon resources is the development of more environmentally responsible salmon farming models. Salmon farming models in closed-loop systems, RAS, are currently being focused on and strongly developed. This system reuses water, minimizes waste discharge into the environment, and reduces dependence on natural water sources, helping to protect surrounding ecosystems. Salmon farms using this system can also precisely control temperature, pH and water quality, helping to reduce disease and increase farming productivity. Along with the development of sustainable farming methods, research on the use of salmon feed is also gradually shifting to alternative sources of raw materials such as seaweed, insects and plants instead of using raw fish from the wild. This not only helps reduce the pressure on wild fish but also reduces the carbon emissions from the feed industry. In addition to efforts in farming and protecting habitats, the development of programs to protect and restore wild salmon populations is also important. Many conservation organizations are implementing projects to restore rivers and salmon spawning areas, especially in places where wild salmon species have seriously declined. Reopening blocked migration routes, such as building fish ladders, creating protected spawning areas or releasing juveniles into the wild, are measures being taken to help wild salmon recover. In many countries, authorities have implemented seasonal controls on salmon catches, with minimum sizes and weights, to ensure that juveniles are not harvested too early, allowing them to reproduce and maintain populations. At the same time, policies to protect wild salmon have helped reduce illegal fishing and overfishing in sensitive areas. When all stakeholders, from governments, local communities, environmental groups, to the seafood industry and consumers, implement sustainable and responsible practices, salmon will have a strong and sustainable future. Protecting this resource not only helps protect an important aquatic species, but also maintains the stability of marine ecosystems, creates long-term economic benefits and protects natural resources for future generations.